This is a Grandmaster game I played on my alt account called Symmetra. Its rank at the time was around 4.1, 4.150 maybe. You can see the averages there are 4.3 and 4.2 for both teams. So let's just get into it now. Sure, using the heal over time there to heal up the Rhine rather than wasting resources. Again, short bursts to use the heal over time on the D.Va. She's not taking sustained damage, so use the heal over time. Okay, there I get pulled into the Orisa orb. It's very likely that their whole team is going to shoot at whatever's in the Orisa orb. So even though I probably didn't need to shift there because they didn't end up shooting at it, it's better to shift and waste your use your cooldown and survive than is to not shift and then possibly get bursted down. Because you can use the shift to like avoid damage as much as you can use it to escape or fade jump or whatever.
D.Va half, top right.
Again, just sort of looking around, making sure I'm aware of what's going on around me. Okay, I throw an orb there. I think that's good because we have the Ana here, so I don't need to have my healing orb up on or off cooldown. I think I can depend mostly on myself and the Ana without having to really need my heal orb at the moment. Just doing some healing. Good. I think I missed a bit of a healing on that D.Va, but it was nothing major. So here's actually a mistake. I'll let you see it. So if we go back there, that D.Va actually goes down because I try using the heal over time to keep her healed up while like, keeping my resources high. I should have just held down my heal button here and let myself and the Ana heal the D.Va up because she actually gets bursted down while I'm just trying to conserve resources. So you can see she's at about half health here. I'm still healing. I stop healing now to try and get the heal over time to heal her up. And then she starts getting bursted down by the Zen, their Junkrat, and their other D.Va. I tried to heal her there, but it's too late. Pretty sure if I'd healed her the whole time, rather than trying to use the heal over time, she would have survived. And then we just use we just lose this push. And that is my way too loud Twitch follower notification, which I'll be changing because as you can hear it's way too loud. Here I waste my fade cooldown trying to do a fade jump. I should have just faded around the staircase and ran up to the Hanzo. I also waste my orb cooldown on a Hanzo that's 100 health, or 100% health anyway, so.
The D.Va up top.
So here, I use the damage orb because I don't think the Rhine is going to get bursted down so quickly. Unfortunately, I think he actually gets slept. Like, I think he gets slept basically as soon as he puts down his shield, which is just really unfortunate timing. So you can see, yeah, that was just really unlucky for him. And I actually use my ult here because I'm low resources, you can see. So this is also a position mistake for me. I fall back down into the staircase when I should have just stayed up here in this general area. And I probably would have been able to keep the Hanzo alive if I didn't drop down into the staircase where it was hard to track him.
Orisa purple.
I make the best choice I can here in that I see that there's no one on the payload, and I just figure I'll get some time on it. We actually end up killing the Zen, which is good, but then a Junkrat takes me out. I could have escaped, but as we were going to be waiting for our Reinhardt and D.Va anyway, it's just good to get time on the payload and push it farther.
When faced with a setback, we must challenge our assumptions.
Make sure you're sending out orbs. You know, you can do kind of long range healing. Again, short bursts of healing to use the heal over time. Don't just hold it down. Okay, here I make a mistake. Instead of... Yeah, I'll let it play out. So look how low that Reinhardt's getting right now. Again, he dies. If you actually see... If I scroll back here... Okay, watch what I'm doing. I'm actually just damaging an Orisa shield with my damage beam, whatever you call it, instead of healing this Reinhardt. You can see he's at around half health there. He's half health there, and that's when I started healing. If I'd been healing him the whole time, he may not have died, and I could have used my ult, and we could have actually pushed this right there. Just, you know, at the end of the day, you are a healer. Don't be damaging shields, and also Orisa, or sorry, not Orisa, Moira's damage to shields is basically nothing. It's almost worthless. Good ball there because I was trying to conserve resources. As you can see, they're almost depleted. I ult in here with the D.Va bomb just to create some pressure. It ends up working out, I think. Zen avoids me. The Nano, I mean, I suppose with this team comp I'm the best person to Nano, but I mean, we also have a Junkrat as well. Like, I really don't think nanoing Moira's ult is worth doing because it just doesn't do a whole lot of damage. I think with Nano it does 120 something DPS, which, you know, McCree does more with headshots. Like, you could Nano the Junkrat here or a Reinhardt who's coming in behind me. Just, I don't think the Nano was a good choice here. It did create the pressure and we did actually push it because of it, but, you know, better choices to Nano.
Nice, D.Va's up, mate. Junkrat here, right side.
Just good healing on the Ana.
Nice
Yeah.
shot.
Also good fade over to the Reinhardt to close that gap to heal him.
Is Ana sleeping top left behind?
Right now I'm actually really low in resources, like, and this isn't good. I should be going forward here and trying to get a bit of resources on off the people who are staggered at the moment. Like, had I ran forward there instead of trying to go for the Ana, I probably could have gotten a few ticks off that D.Va and maybe be at like 3/4 resources right now. Like, right now there's no harm in throwing out orbs to build ult charge. I'm kind of apprehensive about going over here because I don't want to waste my shift and then get jumped on. But they still haven't pushed out, so it's fine. So now they push in and I immediately shift back.
Monkey, no jump.
Use my ult because the ult is like, I just spam it out because of how quick it charges. Like, you see, we won the last engagement with my ult, and now I already have an ult. It's just a super, super fast charge ult. I would not keep it for too long. If you see any opportunity to use it or to create pressure with it, use it. Here, actually, I see the monkey's Ana bombed, and he's got a what do you call it? The Discord orb? Not the Discord orb, the other one. Harmony orb on. So I decided it's not worth targeting him because he'll probably just survive any of my damage. So I try to switch to Zen on the left here, but he goes behind cover. So I'm sort of left with no target. I see the D.Va there, and she gets called out. But instead of going straight for her, I heal up my D.Va first. Because at the end of the day, this is more of a healing ult than it is a damage ult. Heal your teammates before you go damage.
Right side. With orb.
And then I go attack the Torb. I actually throw an orb in there, which does kill him later in the fight, which is good. Again, you're a healer, so heal up your team before going ham with the damage. And these guys are going to die anyway. So.
Monkey here.
This will heal you.
Like, here, probably not worth throwing the orb up to the Widow, but I could see that my Ada wasn't looking at the Widow, and in this game I wasn't really using voice comms a lot because it was early in the morning and I was tired. But in an ideal scenario, the Ana actually heals the Widow here. Luckily, throwing the orb meant that she survives this monkey for a while. Again, just trying to track her. She does actually just grapple away from healing, which is a misplay by the Widow, but, you know, you can't control your teammates, so.
I get 3 of them, go!
I just nanoed you, fuck.
I think here I meant to throw out a healing orb to the person that was behind me, but accidentally threw out a damage orb instead. That's just a bad misplay from me.
D.Va purple.
It's all good here, just taking out the D.Va. Here, so what I should do because the Junkrat bomb is definitely going to go for the Reinhardt instead of me. I'm not sure it even knows I'm here or not. Is shift and then stand in place. But instead what I do is shift and then go down this hill, which means that the D.Va, which I should be healing right now, is actually trying to go for the mega health pack, and I'm losing ult charge off healing the D.Va, and also it means she can't push sooner. So if you're getting Junkrat bombed like that, just stay in place and use your shift.
Monkey one. He's getting healed.
So that's a scenario there where the D.Va is the only person in the front line. You don't want to use the heal over time to conserve resources. You just want to put all your healing into her. And then I'm immediately trying to get more resources back off this monkey.
Give me your pocket that you can go in.
Okay. Anna's one. She used the grenade. Dead.
So there. Oh, okay. I thought I jumped back to my team, but apparently I
Tenant's
didn't.
on the right
Strange.
side, behind the box.
Monkey behind.
Okay, so again, look, I'm not doing any damage with this ult. I'm purely just using it as a healing ult. You don't need to use damage with the Moira ult because of how spammable it is. That was just an unfortunate shatter that didn't get the Torbjorn there.
By 4 strands.
You should always be swapping between heal and damage as much as you can so that you can get your resources back.
Right side, sorry, right side.
Good orb there because I think it bounces off the bridge and comes back down. This is a really bad play by me right here. I actually don't know what I was thinking here. I go way in front of my team with the shift and end up in front of a turret, which at the moment in the current patch, Moira can't even damage turrets. And regardless, I would have died anyway. This was just a really, really bad play. Let's forward a bit here after this ult. So I've got my Reinhardt in front of me, my D.Va in front of me. This is the perfect position for me to be in right now. And yeah, heal up my Anna. So Reinhardt's still in front, he's nanoed. Everything is good. So to avoid this Torbjorn, I actually run... No? Okay, maybe it's not this one, sorry.
Torb blowing. Right.
Right side, sorry, right side.
Okay, to avoid the Winston, I actually run away. Again, I could have just ran backwards to where... like around where Anna's positioned, or just behind the Reinhardt, and it would have been fine. Like the Winston wasn't going to focus me. Just a really, really bad positioning play by me. Like you should never be in front of your team as Moira. It's just not a good idea, especially this close to the enemy spawn, where there's an Anna, a D.Va, a turret, a Junkrat, everything could shoot at me. And there I died to the Anna and the turret. And then you can see because of it, my team just falls apart. Like, we could have actually won that push, I think, if I hadn't made that misplay. So here's a good example of using the heal over time to heal up the D.Va. You can see my resource meter is basically full that whole time, and I heal about 150 maybe health on that D.Va without using any resources, because they just regen so quick.
This monkey.
Here I'm just spamming down heals onto the Hanzo because I think he's going to get targeted by the monkey. Luckily he doesn't. Okay. Here, there's another example there. I'm avoiding the D.Va bomb, but not going out of position to do it. I'm staying in place by shifting and then just AD spamming.
They wasted bomb, they wasted primal.
Make sure you keep your teammates topped up.
Monkey one.
So I ult in here just to give us some like pushing power.
Sleeping on the ground.
Let's see, what do I do? Remember, heal. Heal more so than damage with your ult. Good orb to keep your teammates alive. So here I should be calling those out immediately. As I said before, I'm not in voice comms because it's early in the morning and I'm just tired. But I should have called those out way earlier. Or I mean at all. I get trapped here and somehow don't die to that tire.
Tracer and recall, monkey one. Tracer one.
So that's one play that you can do at Moira, is if you get stuck, you can just shift out of it and the bomb will drop to the ground where you are. Obviously, because of that, the Reinhardt took a lot of damage, but he didn't get stuck and didn't die. So, I just heal him back up. And again, no need to use the heal over time here, just spam down your resources. Actually, see, that orb is really good because it almost entirely gets used up. And again, we started this engagement with my ult. I already have it at the end of the engagement. Like, that's how spammable this ult is if you're healing properly. I should have tracked the monkey here. I just didn't. I expected more people to be coming out this door.
Very good job.
Okay, on to round 2. So at the start of this round, I actually make a positioning misplay. I stand here with the Widow and toss an orb up to their entrance. What I should actually be doing is be up with my team, ready to heal them in case they get dived. They could be getting dived right now, and
D.Va 1.
I wouldn't be there. I finally get back up to them and toss an orb. Like, it's good that I didn't get dived, but I made a really bad positioning mistake there. Just to get, I think, 2% ult charge off an orb.
Junk's behind us.
Again, on the voice comms thing, I could have called out that junk when I saw him. Just showing how important voice comms are to actually succeeding at Overwatch. The Rhine drops down there, which is just really unfortunate because it means he gets killed and we basically lose this first offense, I think.
I'm coming from short.
I'm low resources because I had to heal the 2 tanks.
On D.Va. Stay there.
Okay.
And unfortunately, because they're going a shield comp because they have a Torbjorn main, I'm actually really struggling to get resources at the moment. I'm doing my best here to keep this Ana up by using very short bursts of healing so that she gets to heal over time constantly. So D.Va dives our Ana. I have no heals to help the Ana. I'm just going to get out of there.
See me, Anna?
And I'm going to try and get some resources back on these tanks here.
I cannot, I'm down below.
Somehow the Ana actually survives there, and I toss an orb over to her and keep her up. I don't know how she didn't get killed by the D.Va. So right there, that is like the perfect opportunity for a Moira ult. There's a bunch of people in a tight corridor, including your teammates. You'll both heal your teammates and also damage the enemies. You can just see how this plays out here.
Okay, you can come out now. I'm healing.
Again, priorities when you're using your ult: healing, not damage. I heal the Widow before I go for the damage. And they all die. One thing to note here is, look at my resources. I'm at like maybe 1/5 resources here. What you can actually do, and I'll show a clip of it, is if you're damaging someone to get resources, like this Mercy here, she's staggered, she knows she's staggered, she just wants to die. You can actually just tap the damage button and you'll kill them slower but get more resources over time. So, but what I do here instead is just orb her and just damage her normally because I'm not thinking about resources in that moment. So again, short bursts keep the D.Va up with the heal over time.
Here's one, nice.
Just trying to get more resources here by doing a bit of forward damaging.
No recall?
That's a failed jump. Failed fade jump. Because I hadn't actually practiced that one before. Good orb, it means I don't need to heal them. Here I'm just trying to keep the D.Va up. Fortunately, I don't hear that Junkrat and it actually kills me because he bumps me into the D.Va bomb. If I'd heard him, I would have been able to shift away and not get killed by the D.Va bomb.
Help Diana, guys.
Matrix gone.
And now I think we just lose this first defense. Yeah.
We must all make sacrifices in the name of science. I cast this forth.
So that orb there is actually a pretty risky play. If the Genji sees that and deflects that, he can deflect it back into our team that's coming out of the spawn and get a shitload of ult charge because of a bug that exists with Genji. Genji's deflecting your orbs, your damage orbs, is a really, really bad thing for your team. Don't do it, it just feeds... Or not don't do it, but try to avoid Genjis with your orbs as much as possible. Because it feeds them their ult charges way quicker than you. Luckily, my orb actually does a lot of damage and gives me about 10% ult charge, which is good.
I cannot see you up there, Widow. You need to drop.
This will restore you.
Kind of a wasted orb because I can hear from the voice comms that my Ana is trying to heal that Widow. I didn't need to throw the orb up. Just trying to keep awareness of what's going on here. So here's a tire above. I know it's coming. I'm gonna shift when it comes to me, and I fuck up the timing. That was just unfortunate timing for myself. Bad mechanical skill. Not much else I can say about that. So my Ryan is backing off top right. I make a bad decision here and try to go bottom left, but then realize that I'd be going solo and my Ryan wouldn't have heals if I went to this bottom left door. Instead I kind of just stand around here for a while and then finally realize I need to go up to my Ryan so that we can actually push together. Stick with your team, don't go solo. That's the idea you should be getting here. Go to orb there to start the engagement. If you're going to ult, as I start doing here, always throw an orb out before you ult. It adds up. Like it's these tiny things that add up. I see the Genji here, I go for my ult. Fortunately he ults as well, and because Moira's ult doesn't do a whole lot of damage, he kills me first. And then we just wipe.
I must reflect upon this.
Good thing to note here is, okay, I throw a damage orb out, but then I immediately just go back into spawn and wait for my team. There's no need for me to be out there solo, so I don't go out solo. So the same thing as before. Stay with your team, don't go out solo. Moira is not a solo flanker or anything. So here, I should have just thrown this orb out and left it to heal up the Zenyatta. Instead, I actually come over to heal him, which is not necessary. And because I'm over here healing Zenyatta, I look behind and see that my D.Va is getting demeched and my Reinhardt's about to get bursted down. That was a bad play of awareness of what was going on by me. I just got too fixated on that low health Zenyatta and didn't bother to look at my team pushing.
Just try and get the turret down.
Right now our tanks are down.
Going upstairs.
We're being
She's on
pushed.
top of ledge.
I hear the call on the tracer, so I immediately on the low health tracer, so I immediately look up and try and get some damage on that tracer. Unfortunately, she's got a harmony orb, so she can survive my damage. So fade back to my team, throw an orb. This is all good. I should have started healing that Torbjorn earlier. I didn't need to be damaging that time. But right now we're just getting heavily pushed and there's not a whole lot I can do. But definitely, again, prioritize heals over damage. So right here, I was going to shift in place and avoid the D.Va bomb, but the Tracer here that's shooting at me forces my shift too early. And instead of shifting and walking into the spawn behind the Rhine shield, I try and do the shift in place thing, but my Reinhardt's shield actually rotates at the last moment and I die to the D.Va bomb. If that Tracer hadn't forced me to use my fade early, I would have survived the D.Va bomb. And then we just lose this round. Okay, on to round 3. So round 3, again using short bursts to heal up with the heal over time. Looking around me to get some awareness of where the enemies are. All good so far. So here I see my Widow's low health. I shift back to her. Fortunately she dies and that means I'm out of position here. Out of position and my Widow's dead. I have to go back to my team and throw down an orb to keep myself alive. Tracer's still on me. Good DM by the D.Va here. So I get that Genji to about 1 health. I make a really bad misplay here. I try and chase after him, knowing there's a Tracer here still. Trying to go after the Genji is just a bad idea. And even if the Tracer wasn't here, I'm still shifting away from my team when I'm the main healer. We have a Zenyatta and me for heals. I shouldn't be trying to fight Tracers or Genjis in our backline. It's just not our place, especially with this little time left. We only have 30 seconds. I can't waste time and I can't risk my life doing this. This was a bad play from me.
You guys build the turret on the payload, dude?
So naturally the Tracer sees a Moira out of position, she engages her.
Was on payload.
Luckily I get away with the shift here, and the Tracer recalls back. But my team that whole time could have gotten dove, and I would have just been unable to heal them.
Each one, each one!
Nothing unusual here. We're just pushing. Congrats on the achievement, me. So I'm actually pushing up here because I know they're in overtime spawns and they're not going to push us now. So it's a good time to get resources when you can just poke at Genjis or whoever is here, because they're not going to push. Yeah, don't throw orbs into divas like that. The diva will always just eat it. Try and throw it off to their side or above them so they at least have to aim at the orb to get it. But in general, try not to throw orbs at divas that are aware of you, because they'll eat them. So I took the armor, good. Good orb here to cause chaos up in the top.
Touch from afar.
I think Diva eats it there, so that's unfortunate. Great DM by our Diva, she actually eats the Tracer Bomb, which is going for the turret. That's just a really good play on our Diva's part.
They wasted bomb.
So now I can see that they're pushing my Zen ults here. I was actually thinking of coalescing, using my ult. But because I see the Zen ulted, I didn't think it was necessary to pop 2 of our support ults. Fortunately, the Torb dies behind me to a Tracer.
Genji alone.
I just don't know why he was back there. So now is a good time to use the ult because we're down 1 person. We need to apply the pressure and just use all the ults we can because it's overtime.
Top's inside.
So I demech the Diva. I'm looking for targets here. I'm healing up my teammates at the same time. Don't see anyone. I throw an orb in there.
Set up on bridge.
Where I heard there was a Torbjorn. And it pushes them out. It's just unfortunately here that we're just getting overrun because it's overtime. And then we lose this round. Yep. Okay, onto our final defense. So I don't make the same mistake I made last round on defense and go down below to throw an orb. Instead I stand up here and throw an orb. Don't use that spot I'm aiming at, by the way, it actually doesn't work. I was just trying to test out ideas. So because I'm up with my team, they get dived and I'm here to heal when needed. If I was down where I was in last defense round, we could have got doved and possibly lost because we had no heals.
Diva 1.
See, right there, doing a short burst of heals to my whole team to give them the heal over time while using barely any resources. You see there, it's just a short burst on everyone, and they all get the heal over time. You can see how quick my ult is going up,
Diva 1.
just because of that.
I'm dropping down.
Okay, there's a call to drop down, and we all drop down.
Top is on top.
Yeah, so here I actually died to a Drumcrat that's doing a really smart play. He's spamming bombs up the top here, and you can't actually see those bombs when they're coming in because the sun and watch point blocks your view. If you play Drumcrat on this map, that's a really good spot to use if the enemy is in the position that we were.
Nice.
So unfortunately, Torb and Reinhardt die here, so we're down 2 people. Right now I'm close to my ult, so I'm going to use it to hopefully defend this fight. So here, I can see that my Roadhog on the right there is low health, or he's, half health, whatever. I'm also damaging this Diva, but I'm also trying to heal this Roadhog through the Diva. You can see it, prioritizing heals, while also damaging using the ult. Again, always prioritize heals with this ult. And we actually win the engagement. For some reason their Torbjorn is in our server room. That's just a strange play by him. Again, short bursts to use the heal over time. Just gotta get in your head. The heal over time is what wins you the resource battle of trying to keep your resources. This moment right here, you can see I'm talking in voice chat. It's one of the only times I actually talk. Again, excuse was that I was tired and didn't really want to talk. But I tell my Reinhardt and my Roadhog I can't heal them up there. I tell them to get back. You need to tell your teammates what your effective range is. If you can't heal someone in their position where they might get dived or they might get pushed, you need to tell them to back up. which the Reinhardt does do here, I think.
Nice pick. Tracer here.
Yep, the Reinhardt's dropping down. So Torb gets picked off there.
Nice.
Just doing some heals. Everything is good so far.
Genji here, no dash. Don't go right side.
Genji no reflect and no dash. That,
Right.
nice.
Okay, everything's good. We're just, defending this pretty well. We have counters to their comp, which is Torbjorn, Junkrat. Okay, this hog is possibly going to die. No, he survives it. Okay, yep, they're using the shift to avoid the bomb and not going out of position like I've done before. I actually shift away from the Genji there, which is good. Use my ult again just to heal people up and also push them back. So overall, we had a good defense there.
I can't believe I used Bongo by accident and then they trans and fucking blade. Yeah, they trans just because I pressed Q. They trans and blade because I pressed Q. I debated them.
Just see those Junkrat bombs are almost impossible to see until they actually get to us. Yep, so it's pretty much just a defense right here. Like, we're not really doing much. I'm just trying to heal people up and keep my resources. I think I get pretty low in resources here because I can't actually do a whole lot of damage. That's the issue with Moira. If you're doing a lot of poke damage to a team that has a Moira, but not really engaging, the Moira is going to have a really hard time keeping her resources high because she has to heal people up to stop your poke damage from slowly killing the team, but she can't actually poke you back to get resources. So that's a good thing. If you're playing against a team that's, say for example, solo healing as Moira, I would never recommend doing that, but if they happen to be solo healing as Moira, you can just go really long range poke characters, hide behind a shield, and just slowly take down their health and the Moira's resources. It'll work. So here you can see I'm almost out of resources. Team's getting dived. We just got tired. We lost people, and then I got taken out by a tracer. But even if the tire didn't happen, I'm pretty sure we're going to lose that because I was just so low on resources.
Without the top.
It just goes to show how important resources are for Moira. Okay, good heal orb here. Right now, there are 30 seconds left. We should be going for a full regroup. Our Lucio's down. Our Roadhog is top left there by himself. He should get out immediately. And right now they should be pushing us, which they do, but we stay here for way too long. Roadhog goes down because he's been back up quick enough. I'm just sticking with my tanks because I need to keep them up, but ideally we should have already been back in our new spawn by now, or on the other side of the ship. I call it here and say to myself, I'm not going to die with these tanks. Try and back up, but unfortunately the Tracer is there, doing the smart thing and pushing forward. I actually think if we had backed up here and came back as a team, we probably would have won this because the Torb here I think has Molten Core.
That changes my thinking.
We just need to wipe them.
So you can see right now we've only got 3 people here, myself coming in to make it 4. If we'd backed up, we would have been able to contest with 6. And now I think we actually C9 this because our Reinhardt goes onto the point, but he's too low to survive and just dies. And then we lose because nobody touches it. That's just an unfortunate lack of awareness of us to move back when needed. Hopefully this VOD review taught you something that you didn't know, or maybe you learned something from the mistakes I made. Right now I'm just going to be doing VOD reviews of my own VODs, but in time when I become more comfortable with Moira on the competitive ladder, I'll be happy to look at other people's VODs. You'll see a video from me once I need to get people's VODs playing Moira. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to see more of them. Slán.